Welcome to this explainer. Today we're looking at something that it's incredibly tough to process. We are celebrating an absolute powerhouse of athletic momentum, one that was shockingly and just tragically halted way too soon. Today we're diving into the life, the incredibly rapid rise, and the lasting legacy of South African football star Jayden Adams.
Section 1. A sudden, tragic loss.
25. He was only 25 years old. It's hard to even wrap your head around that, right? That number represents a young man who is quite literally just entering the absolute prime of his life, not to mention his athletic career. When we talk about rising stars in sports, Jayden Adams was exactly that. He was a young talent whose trajectory was pointing straight up to the stratosphere.
But the completely devastating reality we are facing now is that the Bafana Bafana midfielder was suddenly found dead this past Saturday at a house in Cape Town. It's just jarring. One day, you're at the absolute pinnacle of international sport, and then the next, the world is waking up to this headline. It is just a crushing reality for everyone involved.
Moving on to Section 2. A meteoric football career.
So, to really understand what the football world has lost here, we have to look at what this guy actually achieved on the pitch. Just look at this packed schedule. It's a timeline of absolute triumph. In 2024, he was a massive, pivotal part of the South African national squad that battled their way to a fantastic third-place finish in the Africa Cup of Nations. Then skip ahead to just a few weeks ago, right? He's hoisting the trophy as an African Champions League winner with his Pretoria-based club Mamelodi Sundowns. And then, as if that wasn't enough, just last month he is stepping onto the biggest athletic stage on the planet for the World Cup.
And hey, his World Cup presence? It wasn't just some quick cameo. He had literally just returned from these massive global performances, acting as a core, totally dependable player. He played in all 3 of South Africa's group stage matches, and he didn't just play. He started in 2 of them. We're talking going head-to-head against actual football heavyweights like Mexico and the Czech Republic. He was right there, mixing it up with the absolute best on the planet.
Section 3. The global football reaction.
When a light burns this incredibly bright and then goes out so suddenly, those ripples, they're felt everywhere. South African Sports Minister Jayden Mackenzie shared these really poignant words, saying, "It is with profound shock and a heavy heart that I have learned of the passing of Jayden Adams. South African football has lost one of its brightest young talents." You can truly feel the deep, immediate impact his passing has had on the nation that basically raised him and cheered him on every single step of the way.
But man, it wasn't just a local tragedy. His influence reached the very top of the international football hierarchy. Even FIFA President Gianni Infantino released this deeply heartfelt statement. He noted that his thoughts and condolences, along with everyone at FIFA and really the whole global football community, were with his family, friends, and teammates. He stated, "The Bafana Bafana and Mamelodi Sundowns star will be sorely missed. May he rest in peace." Seeing that kind of global recognition really highlights just how immense his value was to the sport as a whole.
Section 4. The ongoing investigation.
So, what actually happened in Cape Town? Well, the tough truth is, right now, we simply don't know. As of the recording of this explainer, the specific circumstances surrounding his passing this past Saturday remain entirely unknown to the public. It's just a huge question mark. What we do know for sure is that Cape Town police have officially launched an investigation. Local authorities are out there actively working to piece together the evidence to figure out the exact circumstances surrounding this young player's sudden death. So, for now, we're just going to have to wait for the authorities to complete their thorough work before we can truly understand the full picture of what actually transpired.
A brilliant career tragically cut short. An event like this really forces us to stop and reflect on the sheer fragility of life, doesn't it? We're looking at the profound tragedy of unfulfilled potential here. This was a young man who had already reached the world stage at just 25, with so many chapters left unwritten. It really makes you wonder how many more trophies, how many more spectacular goals, and how many more unforgettable moments were waiting for him in the years ahead. And moving forward, how do we, as fans and as a community, best honor the momentum of a brilliant life that was moving so fast, only to stop so suddenly? Keep asking those questions, keep honoring the legacies of the people who inspire us, and please take a moment today to appreciate the fragile brilliance of the present.